moon hung low in the sky, pale and quiet, as if watching the earth in silence. The wind moved slowly through the tall grass, and somewhere in the distance an owl called out. The night was calm, peaceful, almost sleepy. But inside a small abandoned railway station on the outskirts of town, 4 friends prepared for something that would change their lives forever. Their names were Ryan, Marcus, Elena, and Noah. They had been friends since childhood, always curious and always exploring places no one else dared to go. The world had grown up around them, but the childlike spark of mystery never left their hearts. Tonight, they weren't just out walking or chasing childish rumors. They were searching for something ancient, something hidden, something dangerous. For weeks, they had been researching strange symbols that appeared across town, on trees, on old walls, and even carved into stones along the river. Ryan was the one who first noticed them. He had found a torn leather journal buried beneath rubble near the forest. Inside the book were drawings, maps, and descriptions of a secret underground passage built more than 100 years ago. According to the journal, the passage led to a forgotten chamber where a mysterious artifact rested, something that was never meant to be found. Marcus sat on the dusty floor now, holding a flashlight between his teeth as he double-checked the markings inside the journal. Elena paced back and forth, nervous yet excited. Noah sat near the broken window, staring at the moonlit horizon. Ryan stood at the center, gripping his backpack tightly. "This is it," Ryan whispered, just loud enough for the others to hear. "Tonight we go. The entrance should open when the moon reaches the same height as shown in this drawing." Noah finally turned his head toward them. "You really think it's real, all of this? The symbols, the chamber, the artifact?" Ryan nodded. "The journal isn't just a story. Look," he opened it to the last page. Sketches of 4 human silhouettes stood around a stone door. Beneath it were strange runes, the same runes they had seen across the town. Elena leaned closer. "And what exactly happens when we open the door?" Ryan did not answer immediately. Instead, he held the book toward the faint moonlight and read slowly. "The one who holds the artifact shall awaken what sleeps beneath." Marcus frowned. "That sounds like a warning, not a treasure." "It also sounds like an adventure," Noah added with a smirk. Minutes passed while the moon continued climbing higher. Finally, its light fell directly onto an old iron plate near the far wall of the station. The rusted metal began to shimmer faintly, and old dust vibrated as if something underneath stirred. Elena gasped. "Look!" Ryan rushed forward and brushed aside the dirt. Beneath the iron plate lay a carved stone circle covered in those strange symbols, glowing now, pulsing like a heartbeat. Marcus placed his hand against it. The stone was cold, unusually cold, like touching winter ice. Before he could react, the circle split into 2 halves and slid apart, revealing a deep staircase descending into darkness. "Okay," Noah whispered, his excitement fading into unease. "Now it feels real." The group exchanged looks, uncertain but unwilling to turn back. Ryan took the first step into the dark stairwell and the others followed. As soon as they were inside, the stone circle slid back into place above them, sealing their exit and swallowing the last trace of moonlight. The air grew heavier as they walked downward. Their footsteps echoed against damp stone walls. Water dripped somewhere in the shadows, and sometimes they swore they could hear faint whispers, too soft to understand but real enough to raise goosebumps. After several minutes, the staircase ended at a long underground corridor. The walls were covered with carvings, scenes of people offering something to a giant creature with glowing eyes. The drawing showed fear, sacrifice, and worship. Elena's voice trembled. "Guys, this doesn't look like something meant to be discovered." "We came this far," Ryan said quietly. "We can't stop now." They walked deeper. The further they went, the colder the air became. Their flashlights flickered occasionally, as if the darkness was swallowing the light. Finally, the corridor opened into a massive chamber. At the center stood a stone pedestal, and resting upon it was a black sphere, smooth, silent, and reflecting no light at all. The room felt alive, as though it had been waiting. Ryan approached slowly. His breath fogged in front of him and his heartbeat echoed in his ears. When he reached the pedestal, he hesitated only for a moment before placing his hand on the sphere. The chamber vibrated. Marcus shouted, "Ryan, stop!" But it was too late. The sphere pulsed, once, twice, and then shattered like glass. A dark mist erupted from the pedestal, swirling upward like smoke rising from fire. The walls trembled and ancient carvings began glowing red. The mist formed a shape, tall, monstrous, its eyes burning with an unnatural light. The creature had been sleeping, trapped, forgotten, protected by time and warnings. Elena screamed. Noah froze. Marcus pulled Ryan back, but Ryan seemed unable to move, as though an invisible force held him. A deep voice echoed through the chamber, not spoken aloud but inside their minds. "You should not have come." The creature stepped forward. Its presence was suffocating, heavy, ancient. Marcus held his flashlight like a weapon. "We didn't mean to release anything. We were just curious," the voice finished coldly. "Curiosity is the root of destruction." The ground shook violently. Stones fell from the ceiling. The exit behind them collapsed, sealing off the corridor. Panic spread quickly. Ryan finally regained movement and shouted, "Run! There must be another way out." But the chamber had only one opening, and the creature blocked it. Noah pulled a rusted metal rod from the ground and swung it wildly. The rod passed through the creature as if through shadow. The creature laughed in a sound that rattled their bones. "You cannot harm what is not flesh." Elena grabbed Ryan's wrist, pointing to the broken pedestal. Beneath the shattered pieces lay another object, a small metallic emblem with the same symbols they'd seen before. Ryan grabbed it. The moment he did, the glowing symbols on the wall reacted, shifting like living ink. The creature growled, "Put that down." "No," Ryan whispered, though his voice trembled. "This has to mean something." As he raised the emblem, a powerful burst of light erupted. The creature roared in pain, shrinking back. The glow spread across the chamber, forming a protective barrier around the group. Marcus stared in disbelief. "Ryan, whatever you're doing, keep doing it." Ryan held the emblem tightly. His mind raced, connecting symbols from the journal with those on the wall. "It's a seal," he gasped. The artifact wasn't meant to be taken. It was meant to keep the creature imprisoned. The creature struggled against the barrier, fury burning in its glowing eyes. "You cannot seal me again," it bellowed. "You have already broken the bond." Ryan concentrated harder, recalling the sequence of symbols from the journal. He whispered the pattern aloud, and as he did, the emblem reshaped, unfolding into a ring of bright white light. The chamber shook again, this time not with destruction, but with order. The barrier expanded, wrapping around the creature like chains made of pure light. The creature screamed, its voice echoing like thunder. Noah covered his ears. "Finish it, Ryan." With one final breath, Ryan slammed the glowing seal back onto the pedestal. A blinding flash consumed the chamber. Silence followed, heavy and absolute. Minutes passed before the dust settled. The creature was gone. The air felt lighter, warmer, almost peaceful. Where the pedestal stood now rested nothing but a carved stone marking, a warning. Suddenly, the wall behind them shifted, revealing a narrow exit tunnel illuminated by soft golden light. No words were spoken. Exhausted, shaken, yet relieved, the four friends walked toward the exit. After several long steps, they emerged outside. Not at the railway station, but deep in the forest under the same moonlight that witnessed their descent. The night felt different now, calmer, wiser, aware. The four stood quietly, staring at each other. They knew this night would never leave their memories. They had touched something ancient and dangerous, and lived. Ryan closed the journal and threw it into the nearby river. As the pages disappeared beneath the water, he whispered, "Some mysteries shouldn't be followed." They walked away through the quiet forest, leaving behind a secret older than time, a secret better left sleeping.